When you hear of an athletic finisher, you probably think of a build that can only go to the basket, but in today's video, I'm going to show you an athletic finisher build that can do it all. The build is a small forward because it's the most all-around position, and the handedness and jersey number are both personal preference, so it's up to you what you do with there. But for the skill breakdown, we are going to go with the most finishing pie chart, which is the all blue one, because on an athletic finisher build, you want to have as much finishing as possible. And for the physical profile, there's a lot of options you can go with. I'd either go with the agility and strength pie chart or the first pie chart, which is the fastest one. I'd go with the fastest one though, because as a slash, you want to be pretty fast. For the attributes, there are a lot of different ways you can upgrade this build, and I'm going to show you a couple in this video. But for the finishing, max out the driving dunk and the standing dunk, and put the close shot at a 75 to get 20 finishing badge upgrades without wasting a single point. There are a lot of good badges that you can run with, and here are the ones that I would recommend on this build. For the shooting, these are the attributes that will not change no matter what. Max out the midi and the 3 and the post fade, and put the free throw all the way up and take it down 1 to a 79 to get 11 shooting badge upgrades. You might think the stats are a little low, which they kind of are, but with 11 shooting badges, you can shoot more than consistently on this game, and here are the badges that I would put on. For the playmaking, we're going to max out the ball handle and the post control, and put the pass accuracy at a 48 to get 17 badges for playmaking. Combined with pro dribble moves, you can dribble really well in this build and go to the basket as much as possible. For the defense, these are the attributes that are going to vary the most depending on what version you go with, but for me personally, I would max out the interior defense, perimeter defense, and lateral quickness, go down to the rebound, max out both offensive and defensive, and you get 23 points left, and I would put all of those on block to get 5 upgrades, which is pretty good. But you can also upgrade it a lot of different ways. On the screen, I'll flash a couple of different screenshots on how to upgrade this build in different ways. But me personally, this is the most complete version and the one that I would go with. But again, it's all up to you on what you want to do with this build. For the body shape, it really doesn't matter. Defined is pretty much the most used one, so I'd go with that. For the height, we are going to go with 2.02 meters or about 6'7.5", which is pretty tall on an ISO build like this. For the weight, you can either max it out or go all the way down. If you go all the way down, your strength is really low, but your speed and acceleration are pretty high. If you go all the way up, your speed is a little bit lower, but your strength is a lot higher. So it's up to you. I'd honestly go with max weight, but I have been burned in the past for builds that have low speed, but the speed isn't that low in this build, so I don't really know what to go with, but I just go all the way down to be safe. For the wingspan, you could max it out, but your shooting stats are a little bit low and your ball handle is at a 71, so you have to stay at a 99 to get 75 ball handle. So I would go with 222 centimeters because it's a nice little sweet spot. And for the takeover, you have the choice of post score, slasher, and glass cleaner. If you go max weight, you don't get the choice of glass cleaner takeover. So I wouldn't really choose that anyway. It's either between post score and slasher, but for an athletic finisher, you gotta go with slasher. And as you can see, we have built an athletic finisher, a very rare build name. I have not seen this build in the park that much. And honestly, this build is more than an athletic finisher, so you can even call it a catfish if you want. That is it for the video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you with the next one.